Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. I have another project for you today, and this one is going to be this one we're going to be using this tube. And this tube, if you work at a place where there's engineers or surveyors or whatever, they always have plotter paper tubes, okay? And this is what this is. This is a tube that had plotter paper on it, okay? And so what I'm basically doing is I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn this into a centerpiece, guys. Now I'm going to have a link in the description below where you can pick up or where you can purchase a tube like this, okay? This one is very sturdy though. So we're going to be using this, like I said, to make a centerpiece. So what we're going to need, of course, is our tube. We are going to need a this is a paper holder, okay? So you can probably find one of these at your local thrift store. I find these at the thrift store all the time. We're also going to be using some diamond wrap. We're going to be using some vinyl permanent glitter paper from the Dollar Tree, okay? And I could not find the silver, so I'm going to go ahead and use this rose gold. So whatever color you decide to get 2 packs. Of course, we'll need our hot glue. We're going to need some spray paint because we're going to be spray painting our paper towel holder. We're going to be spray painting that. So you're going to need some spray paint. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to take this tube and we're going to go ahead and apply some of this vinyl paper to it, okay? So I'm going to crack this open. And I'm going to start putting this paper, I'm going to start applying this paper onto my my tube here. And it really doesn't matter what direction you put it in because we're going to overlay it with this diamond wrap, okay? But I'm thinking probably the best thing to do is put it the long way. It's going to be more difficult to put on the long way than the short way, but I'm going to try it, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this paper. I'm going to like make it to the length of our I'm going to make it to the length of our tube, and then I'm just going to crease it where I think I need to cut it. I'm going to put my tube down, and then I'm going to take my paper and just kind of crease it exactly where I measured it out at. And then I'm going to pull it down and see if I have enough for 2 sheets. I'm just going to, and man, this is perfect. I have just enough. Okay, so when I cut this in half, I'm going to have 2 sheets of this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut it. Just kind of smooth it out a little bit so I can work with it a little bit better. Let's kind of take the curves out of it. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these sheets and put it to the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and start to work with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this back. I don't really take my time. I'm going to try to take my time with this so that I don't have any mistakes and I don't have to do this again. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the vinyl off, okay, of its backing. And I just want to get it started. Okay, and then I'm going to, this is a little cumbersome, guys, but I just want to peel it to the side. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to take my roll and just put it right down on there. I'm going to try to get it as neat as I can. Okay, guys, so I got it on here, and it will be a little wrinkly because of the texture of the paper, okay, but that's all right. I did cut off a little bit of the excess, but you don't have to, okay? And we just want to cover this thing, so I actually didn't need all 2 parts. I only needed this one part, and then I'm just going to cut a little bit of the excess off at the top. I don't really think it matters at this point because all of this is going to get covered up with diamond wrap, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just basically going through and just taking care of any air bubbles. Just try to press out as much as the air bubbles as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to get hidden with diamond wrap. And like I've always said in many videos, the great thing about diamond wrap, it is a great concealer. It is a great way to go over things that otherwise would look so hot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and apply my diamond wrap. I think I'm going to apply this diamond wrap instead of the adhesive diamond wrap from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do it with my hot glue gun. So I'm going to do this in sections. If you can see, I'm going to just be doing it in sections like this. Okay, and I'm just going to cut it and keep going. So the first thing I'm going to do again is measure this out, and I'm going to see like how much of this I really need. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. So this is the length that I need in order to wrap this around the tube. I'm not going to give any measurements because the tube that you order may be a different size, and it might be a different width size. So I'm just going to tell you to take your diamond wrap and wrap it around your tube and measure it. Okay, so I'm going to cut, I think I'm going to need to cut about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so based on the size of my tube, I'm going to need to cut 5 of these. Okay, so I've got all 5 of my diamond wrap pieces cut out. And so now what I'm going to do is take my tube and I'm going to go around my tube. I'm going to put this around the tube, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue around the top, just a little bit. Okay, so I applied some diamond wrap right around the rim. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to put the diamond wrap right across to join it together. Alright guys, so we are done applying our diamond wrap. So this is what we have. Okay, so I actually had to end up using 5 and just a small little piece on the bottom. Okay, so but it got covered. This looks great, and then you can see some of the pink pinking out right there. You can see the pink glitter paper, but you can't see any of the imperfections on the paper at all. It's completely covered up. So now what we're going to do is I decided to use this other diamond wrap as well. I'm going to leave a link to this. The craft stores used to sell this, but they don't carry this anymore. So I'm going to leave a link on Amazon. This is the square diamond wrap. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just take it and go around my tube and cut the proper size. See how much I need. Okay, and I might cut a little over. We'll see how that works out. Okay, and you will only need to cut 1 sheet of this. You'll only need to cut 1 sheet because what I'm going to do is I am going to take this and I'm going to cut just 1 row. Okay, I got 1 row, and then I'm going to put it around every single seam. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 seams here that need to be covered up. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put some hot glue I'm going to apply it around every seam. That way it looks decorative and you don't really see the seams as much. And I think this is a good idea to kind of cover stuff up. Okay, so as you can see, this is the square diamond wrap on here. And that looks so nice. And it does kind of cover up these seams, okay? And it makes it look much more seamless. Also, when you're putting the diamond wrap on here, the regular diamond wrap, just try to line them all up. Do the best you can. Some of them are not going to line up, but just try to do the best you can to kind of line them all up, okay? So this looks like one seamless piece, even though it isn't. So I'm going to go ahead and cut another one of these. And I need to cut 4 of these. Okay guys, so this is what our tube is looking like, and this is absolutely gorgeous. You guys can see that. Awesome. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 4 of the square diamond wraps on there, and so that looks amazing. Now I've gone ahead and I've taken our paper towel rack and I took it outside and I spray painted it silver. I did find my silver paint after all. And then what you want to do, the little section right here, the little holder for the paper towel rack, you can just screw this off and get rid of it, okay, because we're not going to need that. And then so here is our finished product here. So I only painted the base, okay? So now what I'm getting ready to do is I cut a couple of strips of diamond wrap, and I'm going to go ahead and start hot gluing these down. I wanted to cover up this hole right here, so I'm just going to put some diamond wrap over it. So I've already laid it out, and I'm going to be using my hot glue gun, and I'm using about 3 strips across, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and apply that with my hot glue. Okay guys, so here it is. I did an okay job, not the best, so take your time when you do this. Alright, so now that that's done, we have our base. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to this step, which is to take our pool noodle. We're going to use our pool noodle, and we are going to cut it down to the same size, almost the same size as our tube. Okay, let me bring this camera back a little bit. Almost the same size as our tube, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Okay, now that that's cut, I'm going to go ahead and put it right on our right on top of this napkin holder. Okay, so you see what I've done here? I've taken the pool noodle, I've taken it and I've put it right on top of the napkin holder, napkin rack. Okay, so that's about as far as it goes. And now I can go ahead and take my masterpiece and put it right on top of it. Okay, so as you can see, when I get ready to put my pool noodle over, it fits nicely, but it's still a little loose. Okay, we still got some play in there, and I want it to be tight. And I did not purchase the jumbo. If you purchase the jumbo pool noodle, it'll work out. So what I did is I just cut 2 pieces and just kind of cut them in the middle. I'm going to put one on the bottom and one on the top, and then I'm going to take some duct tape and tape it down. Okay, now it's perfect. Very little play in it, okay? So now it's perfect. Now it feels good. Not really moving around or anything like that. So that's perfect. That's what I wanted. So we are good to go with that. Now my final embellishment is to add some silver beads. And I got these. I'm going to put a link for some like these. But I got these, I think, at the thrift store. And so what I'm going to do is I want to kind of give a little cascading effect and kind of take the beads and come around. Okay, so I want to do something like that. So I'm going to double my beads up. I know what these beads are. These are Christmas Garland. These are silver Christmas Garland. That's what they are. I just thought about it. So I want to take it and just kind of drape it around. Something like that. So let me get up close. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by taking the hoop of these beads. And I'm going to take some hot glue. And just get a lot of hot glue on this thing. Okay, everyone, so I have the beads attached, okay, and let me just zoom in. Okay, so zooming in, that's what it looks like. So I've got my beads right there, and I have it in a cascading style, and all I basically did was just use my hot glue to attach it. That's all. So basically all I did was I just used my glue. So I just used my glue up here, and matter of fact, just attach it directly to the side. Do not flip it inside, because we're going to have to put something on top of that to hold our flower. So just attach it to the side. I put some glue, I think right there, hot glue right there, draped it around, and then put another hot glue right there, and then draped it around the last part towards the bottom and put hot glue at the end. So super simple. Didn't feel like I needed to have that on camera. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use this 7.5-inch mirror that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now ideally I should have spray painted this black section, but it is what it is. I don't think I'm going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sit it right up top. That way when people look under, they'll see like a mirror. So when they're sitting at the table, they can look under and see a mirror effect. So we can hot glue this on here, which I think I'm going to do. And I don't know how effective this is going to be, because this is not my Arrow hot glue. But just to kind of get through this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to take my hot glue and put a generous amount on the top. And this this tube is pretty thick. So I've got a nice ledge to put this hot glue on. Okay, so it holds pretty good, guys. I would suggest that you use Arrow hot glue for this, but it's holding pretty good. So this is what we have. This looks absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, we are done as far as our centerpiece is concerned. It looks amazing. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using these glass terrariums. And I put some fishing line on it. So I'm using this fishing line right here. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the top of our to our base where we're going to put our flowers. Okay guys, mission accomplished. So I got that done, and now it's time to put the centerpiece on. Okay guys, so our project is completed. So I'm very happy with this. I think this came out amazing. I did not show you guys the florals because I do the same thing all the time. It's always a ball with flowers in it. I really don't get too creative. It's always pretty much the same look. in terms of the florals. So yeah, so super easy. Go back, look at some of my other tutorials, and you'll see how I do these flowers. But like I said, they're pretty much always the same. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, I will see you in the next DIY video. Take care. Bye bye.